G-Money, the NBA season is over. So is Jeremy Lin in the Brooklyn Nets season. 2 words to describe Jeremy Lin's season. What is it?
Thank God.
Let's run the fast break. And thanks for joining us on the fast break. Chill Rob here. Oh, thank you. You're too kind. You're too kind. Chill Rob here, along with G-Money. We call him G-Money because he's an accountant. How are you doing, G-Money?
Pretty good. It's some nice weather finally here in New York, so the mood is getting better every day.
A tough season for the Nets overall, G-Money. Worst record in the NBA, 20 wins, 62 losses. Jeremy Lin hurt, and I will give you credit. You did predict that he would not last the entire season. He only played 36 of 82 games. You do the math, he missed more than half the year. You saw that he wasn't going to be healthy, but I'm guessing you did not expect this.
I did not expect him to miss more than half the season, but I didn't expect him to last the whole season because of the way he played. I mean, he's very aggressive, and that's one of the things that that's his game, so you can't change that. But overall, Jeremy Lin pretty much, even though he didn't play as much, pretty much did what I expected him to do this season.
Just in case people forgot, he played the first 5 games of the season. The Nets won 2 out of 3. Pulled a hammy, went out for like a month, came back for a couple weeks, re-aggravated the injury, missed another month after that. So all told, Jeremy Lin averaging 14.5 points per game, 5.1 assists, 3.8 rebounds, 1.2 steals, did show an improved jump shot, 37% from downtown, a career high. What is your overall grade for Jeremy Lin, his debut year as a Brooklyn Net? Drum roll, please.
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised. It is going to be a solid B overall.
Wow, a solid B, even though he missed half the year. G-Money, I want to give you a little reasoning behind your grade.
Jeremy Lin is, whenever he's on the court, he just makes the Brooklyn Nets so much better. Towards the end of the season, where the Nets were on some sort of like 14, 15 game losing streak, Jeremy Lin came back, a completely different team. Their confidence is up. He's really the coach on the court. You can see it on the court and off the court. He's the real point guard. So you can see how the Nets are just completely dysfunctional without a true point guard out there. So based on that, I would have to give Jeremy Lin a solid B because whenever he's on the court, the Brooklyn Nets, they find a way to win, or they're very close to winning every single game.
I will say he did have a very strong end to the season once he really got his legs back under him. They sort of took off the training wheels, took off the minutes restriction, and just let him play. Last 6 games in April, 18 points, 5.8 assists, 6.3 rebounds. I mean, if he did that for the whole year, that would have been a really solid season. So let's say he was healthy the whole year. You know, the Nets were 20-62, as we said, worst record in the NBA. How many games realistically do you think they could have won if
I think they could have won. I think they could have won 30 plus. I think they could have won 10 more games if Jeremy Lin played 10 more games. I really do. I think that's the kind of impact that Jeremy Lin has when healthy. He has that type of impact on this team.
The team chemistry was certainly there. I think you actually saw a lot of enjoyment. A lot of the younger players looked to him as a leader, which was hard to imagine. He was getting abused. He was just the whipping boy when he was in Los Angeles, when he was in Houston. To some extent on this team, he is I guess you could say he is the alpha dog leader. They all take after him. So I think it bodes very well if he can stay healthy next season.
I think that has a lot to do with his head coach, Kenny Atkinson. I mean, in LA, he had Byron Scott, who pretty much criticized him every single chance he got. In Houston, Kevin McHale didn't really believe in him. So I think Kenny Atkinson brings a different culture. He basically said up front that Jeremy Lin is going to be our leader from the beginning of the season. Everybody has to follow what Jeremy Lin does on the court. So he's building that type of culture, and I think players, especially young players right now, coming into the league. The Nets are a pretty young team. They have a lot of youngsters, so they need a leader to help guide them, and Jeremy Lin is that guy.
They actually have some surprisingly okay pieces. I know before the season you brought up Karis LeVert, who I didn't really think much of him, but he showed he could be a legit starting NBA shooting guard or small forward with his skills. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson looks to be a very solid role player. They do have some parts. I mean, they still need more talent at the very top, but they do have some parts, some role players at the bottom who could complement any franchise-type talent if they ever were to bring any over.
I'm a firm believer of building from the ground up. Now, you saw what the Nets did a couple of seasons ago, trying to build from the top down. That didn't really work out. So now they're trying to build from the ground up. They're trying to get as many draft picks as they can. They got stolen away from them these last couple of seasons. So they're trying to build from the draft. Karis LeVert, I think, if he can stay healthy, would be the steal of last year's draft. I mean, you can see some of the skills that he had. He got picked, I believe, what was it, 19th? They traded up to get him, and everybody was passing on him because of his health. So he's a future star in the NBA, in my opinion.
He certainly has the potential. And talking about the horrific top to bottom process that you were referring to there, they try to bring in all the Celtic aging superstars to try to make one last run at it. It was such a disaster that the Nets don't even have their first round pick this year. They have Boston. That pick goes to Boston. But if you think about it from a Jeremy Lin fan perspective, the fact that the Nets are losing their first round pick to Boston, that is a very good thing because there are so many quality point guards in this year's draft. From Markelle Fultz, Lonzo Ball, Dennis Smith Jr., De'Aaron Fox. If the Nets had a top 3 pick, they would have probably – there's a very good chance they could have taken a point guard. And then Jeremy Lin would have maybe he takes a back seat. Maybe he has to play more shooting guard. Who knows? But it's a very – if you're a Jeremy Lin fan, you're not too upset that they just lost – that they're going to lose their first-round pick to the Celtics.
Well, in my opinion, if the Nets were pretty desperate for a point guard, so that's why Jeremy Lin was signed to the Brooklyn Nets. So, but yes, I mean, if you're Jeremy Lin, he might stay. He's going to stay at the same team for more than a year. It looks like so. He has an option, I believe, in 2018 to either stay or go, but. The way things are looking, and I read that Jeremy Lin is looking to recruit people to Brooklyn, so he's definitely looking for a long-term home here in Brooklyn. And I think that if the Nets keep Brook Lopez and Jeremy Lin together, along with Karis LeVert, Isaiah Whitehead, Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, that core of people there, I think you bring in some draft picks, you probably bring in a couple of free agents. The Nets in the future look brighter than another team in New York, I would say.
I will say, if he was healthy the whole year, they probably would have done better than the Knicks because the Knicks only won 31 games the whole season. It's just a shame. It's a shame, a wasted opportunity. This was supposed to be the year that he could put up the numbers, dominate the ball, and show that he's a legit NBA starting caliber point guard. And if he was healthy the whole year, I think that might have actually happened because you saw towards the end of the season the potential that this team could have. Yeah, they weren't going to be a playoff juggernaut. It probably wouldn't be a playoff contending team either. They certainly could have been maybe threatening a couple games below 500 if he only got the opportunity because of health. The fact that he went down with health, well, what a shame. And now we have to wait till next year to hope for that breakthrough. I know he had insanity, but to hope for that breakthrough performance, you have to look for next year now. So we have to wait another 6-7 months for that to happen.
And if you want my prediction early for next year, if Jeremy Lin, Brook Lopez can play at least 70 games next season together, I think Brooklyn can make the playoffs.
Oh, that's a big one. And finally, he's got some stability in his life, having bounced around for so much. And it really does just come down, in his case specifically, it really just comes down to the coach, Mike D'Antoni. Part of the reason why is because Mike D'Antoni really had no choice. But once he got going, Mike D'Antoni said, "Hey, you're the man. Here's the ball. Everyone's hurt. go do your thing. He played great. Then he goes off. Kevin McHale, as you said, not a big fan, got benched for Patrick Beverley. Then Byron Scott. Who did Byron Scott start over him? I can't even remember anymore. It was some Laker that he good player.
Yeah, I don't remember who was on the Lakers that was better than Jeremy Lin. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous that anybody would start over him on that team.
Yeah, who was the guy? Now Lakers. Who was that? Lakers 2000. What year was this? 2000. Is it 14, 15 roster?
It was like
Who did the Lakers? Ronnie Price. The Lakers started Ronnie Price over him.
Where is Ronnie Price right now? Nobody knows. Nobody can find him. I mean, I don't think he's with the Lakers anymore.
I don't know. Then he goes to Charlotte, where all right, understandable. You start him behind. You bring him off the bench behind Kemba Walker. Coach Clifford liked him, and he thrived there.
Why they didn't bring him back though? Was there a reason why they didn't bring him back? Or just...
Nicholas Batum cost too much money, and I guess they want to keep some salary space free.
And Charlotte this year didn't even make the playoffs this year.
Had a very bad season this year, although, when Cody Zeller was healthy, they actually played really well. But when after Cody Zeller went down, they went on a huge losing streak and just never recovered. It's kind of strange.
They took a step back. That's all I know. So that move wasn't really smart.
Should I be worried? Because, I watch as many games as I can. I watch all the highlights. Like you said, his aggressive playing style. He's getting whacked in the face 5 times a game. The refs might call it twice. He's landing on people's ankles because that's just the way it is when you penetrate so often. Can he last the whole year next year playing 35? That's a little much. Playing 33 minutes a game as starting point guard. Can he last 75 games without getting hurt? I would like to think so.
You would like to think so, but the way he plays, I doubt it. I think he needs to change up a little bit his playing style. I know that being aggressive is a good thing for him. It allows more lanes to be opened, more dish outs, to open players. But if he continues, he's going to roll another ankle. He's going to injure another hamstring. I'm telling you. So hopefully he needs a good off-season regimen. Out in the off-season, get stronger, get his legs stronger, get his upper body stronger, and hopefully he can come back strong.
And if
I'm not end up like a Derrick Rose or something.
Oh God, Derrick! The Knicks are still looking for a legit point guard. And now let's say if I'm Jeremy Lin right now, season's over. I think I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I'm usually healthy. I could maybe just chalk this to some bad luck. When I did play healthy, I played pretty well. I like my coach. I like my city. I like my teammates. Basketball is fun again. It might not be great again. All right, basketball might not be great again, as someone would like to say, but basketball is certainly fun again. If I'm Jeremy Lin, I'm going into this offseason feeling pretty good. I still got my job next year. All right, as I just said, the first round pick that the Nets get, which will probably be top 3, which could be Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, another star, maybe franchise level point guard type talent that's in the draft. That person's not coming to Boston. That person's not coming to Brooklyn. Your spot is secure. You're going to dominate the ball. I'm feeling pretty good heading to next year, right?
Yeah, you would think. I mean, look, the one thing you always hear about losing, what losing does to you. Losing, I mean, the Nets lost a lot of games this season, but you can tell that everybody is in it together. The coach has everybody on the same page. Even though they're losing, they're learning every single game. They're learning, how to play together, all the rotations, how to just stick together as a losing team. It's not easy. Nobody's fighting. There was no superstar saying, "Give me the ball. I'll take over the game." There was none of that stuff. So, if I was Jeremy Lin, I would be pretty happy right now, looking towards the future in Brooklyn, rather than another team who's losing already. And all this infighting on the other side of you can see on another borough, all the infighting that's going on with a losing team on that side. So, yeah, if I was Jeremy Lin, I'd be pretty happy with the future of this team.
Well, yeah, we'll have a podcast on that in a little while. So finally, last thing, your one big question for the Brooklyn Nets and or Jeremy Lin heading into next season.
The one big question is, uh, who's out there that can? Well, first of all, they need to get a a good, solid a small forward. I would say a small forward. Say try. I mean, a good free agent small forward would be a good thing. But the main question is, who can they recruit to come to Brooklyn now? That's the main question, because it's a rebuilding team. So you always got to get have those questions about who would want to come to Brooklyn right now. And Jeremy Lin and Brook Lopez is going to do their best to convince those guys that, hey, this is the place to be for the next 5 years.
All right, so you heard it. G Money, who has been unusually harsh, no, not unusually, typically harsh against Asians all of his life, decided to give Jeremy Lin a B. Fans, he heard your negative comments. He gave them a B. I think I actually gave him a lower grade. I gave him a B minus. So, guys,
no, but legitimately, if it's what you saw on the court, you would say that Jeremy Lin is below a B. What you saw on the court, how he helped the Brooklyn Nets get pretty much win when he was on the court.
I would give him a look. Like I said, I have to factor in health, games played. So I gave him a B/B minus, and a lot of that is because
when he's on the court, though.
I might even go as far as B plus, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to factor that in. When he's on the court, it's a big difference maker. It wasn't like a little difference where he's on the court and then the Nets let's say the Nets are down by 20 and they cut it to 15. They legitimately, when he was on the court, were winning games.
I agree with that. All right, that does it for us for now. Thanks for joining us. Leave your questions or comments in the section below. We want to know your grade for brother Jeremy Lin. Any final words before we go, G Money?
I think I'm good.
All right, we'll catch you later. Peace. We're out.